Hey guys, MackTen here. Today I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about a few changes that I want to have in my channel and a general change in direction for the channel as a whole. But first I wanted to talk about Diablo 3 for a little bit. Now, a lot of people, extremely noteworthy people such as Kripparrian and Athene, have taken the liberty to make laundry lists about basically everything wrong with the game, or rather what needs to be done to improve the game. Now, I'm not saying the game is bad, and neither do they for the most part. The game is great, it has wonderful mechanics, the combat feels good, which is the hardest part, in my opinion, of making a good game. The combat feels good. Now they need to improve the social aspect of the game, which was done absolutely terribly, but more importantly, there has to be a higher skill cap. The game needs to be, there needs to be a free roam mode. There needs to be better drop rates. There needs to be, more than anything, a PvP with some kind of a ladder system. See, in Diablo 2 we had a ladder system. It reset constantly. It forced you into liking the replayable aspect of the game. In Diablo 3, I have 5 level 60s, and I'm bashing my head against my keyboard, saying, what do I do now? I've cleared Act 2 of Inferno, and I've made a couple $100s in the real money auction house, and I do not see any reason why I should spend gold or real money on gear for my character if he can easily clear Act 1 and Act 2. So, I think the biggest problem right now is that we need endgame content. I sort of echo the sentiment of Kripparrian and Athene, but Kripparrian especially, that the biggest problem in the game is not the real money auction house, but the lack of endgame content. I think people as a whole do not mind saying, you know what, fine, I'm going to throw X number of dollars at making them a zooped out character possible, but if the only benefit to having an extremely overpowered character is to kill monsters that have an extremely low chance of dropping the gear to create a similarly powerful character, then that's not enough motivation for most people to continue to play the game. And I think that just, it creates a ceiling in the game. There's no place to go. So I think the biggest thing that the game's going to need is a free roam system and some sort of dynamic form of PvP that has a ladder and possibly has a spectator mode, maybe gear as a reward. There's a lot of things that Blizzard can do with the PvP system, but it really needs to be good, and if it's not, then the game that I put so much hope and faith into could essentially die out and just fall back to the back burner that it came from. So those are my thoughts on Diablo 3 as a whole. What I'm going to be doing about my channel, I'm going to be taking it in sort of a new direction. I want to start doing a series that I've been thinking about for a long time that's going to be called First Look in 5. And it's going to be a 5-minute or less segment about different video games. And it's not going to be League of Legends, it's not going to be StarCraft 2, but Dota 2 might be on there. That might be one of the first ones. Tribes Ascend is definitely going to be a title that I do. And what it will be is, I'm not going to have a formal schedule for it. It's just going to be, I might at some point, but for the time being I don't have a formal schedule for it, but it's just going to be me breaking down and playing a new video game for about 5 minutes. The first minute or so I'm going to be kind of logging into the video game. I'm going to give a little bit of background about where it comes from, who made it, why they made it, and who it's made for. Is it an esports title? Is it an RPG? Is it whatever it is? I will try to discuss that a little bit. Is it on Steam? Is it made by some indie company? I'll try to go into that for a minute or two. And then most of the video is just going to be playing the game. How does it feel? Is it fun? At least for 5 minutes of actual play time, like 5 minutes of getting into it. I'll obviously have played it before I make the video, but just basically my thoughts on it, how the game feels, is it worth your time, what I think about it, and just basically a 5-minute look into some titles that not many people have heard about. Dota 2, obviously a big one, but Tribes Ascend, it seems like it's a massive title, but if you look at the Twitch TV viewership, virtually no one's watching people play the game, and I honestly think it has the greatest spectator quality and the highest skill ceiling of any first-person shooter that's come out in the last 2 years. So I'm going to do a lot on games like that. I'm going to do a lot of indie titles. I will do a lot of mainstream titles too, but I'm going to delve into a lot more indie titles. But in regards to Diablo, I will still produce the status update video every Friday, and I will do a live episode of Evil Money on Saturdays at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Time, and this will be at twitch.tv/MackXten, MackXten, and I think that's about it. Oh, I will be taking requests for First Look at 5. If there's a game that you haven't played, if there's a game that you think that needs more attention, feel free to send me a YouTube message. I will consider it. I'm not saying I will do anything. I'm not saying that I'm just going to do this show based on requests, because it's mostly what I feel like doing. But if someone makes a suggestion to me, I will at least respond to all the suggestions and say, yes, I'll take a look at it. No, that game's stupid. Everybody's played that. Blah, blah, blah. I will at least respond to that feedback and seriously consider it. Because, I mean, I've probably got 10 or 20 games in my head, but after that I will start to look for different titles. But anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. You can find me on Twitter at MackXten, at MackXten. I'm sorry for how informal this video is. I just wanted to put something out there instead of the mailroom, which has been down for, I guess, a month since I made an episode of the mailroom. I will resume that next Wednesday as well. I just wanted to get back into the swing of things. Please send me your messages if you want me to respond to them on the mailroom. Just message me on YouTube or send me a message on Twitter or tweet at me. I will get all of that. I might check my other email, MackTenTV@gmail.com, but those first two methods are probably the best way. So, yep, that's it. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.